Hello and welcome to News 9. I'm Nishtita, and first up, nearly 1 crore rupees worth of gold was stolen from a private lodge in the city's Chickpet area in RT Street. The room was occupied by the two persons who were working in a jewellery shop, Akash Ornaments. Well, my colleague Deepak was at the spot earlier.
We're standing here at Chickpet's RT Street outside the Supreme Lodge, where a unique mysterious theft has taken place, and as per the reports that we have, the owner of Akash Ornaments claimed that 4.2 kgs of gold was stolen from the 4th floor of this particular building. Now, this Akash Ornaments that we see here has their shop in the ground floor, but however, the worker of this shop has been living inside this particular lodge in room number 41A for over a year now, and yesterday it is reported that while he was on official duty collecting some money on behalf of Akash Ornaments, 4.2 kgs of ornamental gold was stolen from this particular lodge. Now, the police are investigating the matter. They're looking at all aspects. However, just this CCTV in the reception is the only evidence that as of now that they have. Now, no lockers have been broken. The shutters remain intact. The doors remain intact. The only clue that they have is about a month ago it is reported that a particular key was lost by this particular person called Vijay, who used to live in this room. The police are right now spellbound. They are looking at all aspects and all the evidence to crack down this case. We will have to wait and watch if the police actually manage cracking this particular case. With camera person Prasad, this is Deepak Bopana for News 9.
And well, the latest development in the case is that close to 3 kgs of gold has already been recovered. The theft took place yesterday between 4 and 5 p.m. and this morning the gold has been recovered. To get the latest details in this case, my colleague Deepak joins us live from the newsroom. Well, Deepak, over to you. Tell us more.
Well, Nishtita, now we do understand that while the spot investigations were going on, the police have recovered. It's not clear as to is it within the lodge or somewhere around the lodge, any person known, but 3 kgs of gold has been recovered. Now, we do understand that this the jewelry store which was inside, it was an ornamental jewelry store. These were not gold biscuits which were stolen. These were ornamental jewels. So now they will be verifying if now as per the complaint given, he would have given a list of all the ornaments that were listed in the 4.2 kgs of gold that he claimed has been stolen. Now, out of the 4.2 kgs of gold, now if 3 kgs has been recovered, there will be a list of ornaments as per his complaint which were listed out. Now, the police are going to be verifying if now as per the list given and as per the gold recovered, if they tally, and only if they tally can they come to a conclusion that this was the gold which was stolen. Until then, we cannot exactly say if this the gold which has been found is anywhere related to the gold which has been which is claimed to be lost. Now, we do understand it's Avenue Road, Nishtita, because a lot of gold brokers, jewelers, ornamental stores. Now, there are a lot of such stores in Avenue Road. So this gold doesn't necessarily have to be from this particular store. So the investigations are currently going on. The police are hoping that by the end of today they will reach a conclusion and actually get an exact report on if this was the gold found. Now, one of the big question which is suspected here is if this gold was found inside the lodge, then why was the complaint given? If the gold still remained inside this particular room 41B, then why did he go ahead and give a complaint? Why was there not a thorough check of the room done? So these are the questions which will be raised if it was found inside the lodge. Now, however, if this gold, 3 kg gold, was found outside, then there will be doubts as to who did it and what was the reason after the tally has been concluded, Nishtita.
Right. Also, we understand that during investigations, police officials learnt that there was no forced entry, there was no force while opening up this locker in question, and hence, once again raising the question if there is insider involvement here.
Nishtita, we should understand here a very big point. Digvijay Singh, now he was one of the workers who used to work in the ornamental store in question. Now, this ornamental store is in the ground floor, and this boy who used to work in this particular store, Digvijay, he used to reside in the 4th floor of the building. 41B was the exact apartment, I mean the room in which he was living. Now, about a month ago, the room door keys were lost, and he had reported this to the lodge people. Even Akash Ornaments, even they knew about it, but nobody knew where this key went. And then we do not understand if they have changed the lock after this. So that's the big question of somebody, if they've stolen the key and they've decided to strike after a month, quite a master stroke, we must say, Nishtita. So that's the big question here. So if they had the key, they could have easily got inside. But once again, there are lockers inside the store, and there is a locker in 41B. So most of the items, when the shop is closed, was kept on top, because Digvijay used to sleep there. So it was a certain kind of security, added security to the gold ornaments. Now on this particular day when it was stolen, he had gone out on to collect some money from a customer. That's what it said. That's when the ornaments were stolen from the room, the 41B room. Now, another big problem here is, Nishita, when I went to the particular lodge, there is just one CCTV that's right at the reception. There are no CCTVs even at any corridors or even the stairs, neither near the entrance of the room. So nobody would know if anyone's entered. But as you clearly pointed out, there is no breakage. There is the shutters of the ornament store has not been broken. Now the door of 41B has not been broken. The locker has not been broken. Clearly someone from the inside must be involved in this in some way or the other, because the keys of this place, the only probability is if the keys were not changed from the last time the keys were stolen. As I told you, about a month back, the keys were stolen of this particular room. So only on that probability, if the keys were stolen and if the lock wasn't changed, is there a possibility that someone could have actually managed to pull this off, or else somebody on the inside is surely suspected, Mr. Tan.
Right, thank you for joining us with all those details there, Deepak. Well, there we have it. 3 kgs of gold has been recovered, but they are not sure if this 3 kgs of gold is pertaining to the same case. The gold that was stolen weighed around 4.5 kgs and had been stored in the room occupied by 2 persons. Now 3 kgs of gold has been found near the lodge. The robbery reportedly happened between 4 and 5 p.m. yesterday. The owner of the jewellery shop, Hukum Chand, filed a police complaint and investigations are currently on. Harassment of any kind is no more acceptable. Yes, women in the city are putting their foot down against all antisocial elements. In one such attempt, a young girl came forward to speak to News9 about a horrific experience she had with a man in broad daylight. Here's the story.
Young Risleen has lived in Bengaluru for close to a decade, but she is now quite upset at how the city is turning out to be. Sexual harassment becoming more blatant and offenders becoming bolder. Yes, this girl faced one of the most embarrassing situations while walking on the road in first block HRBR layout, 9th Main. It was just about 4 p.m. when one man on a bike approached her asking for directions. And when Risleen was being a good Samaritan, the man on the other hand opened his pants and started performing a sexual act in broad daylight. Unbelievable, right? Listen to the victim herself. Bengaluru this time around stands united in protecting its women and children. It seems like because of that, a number of cases of rape and molestation have been reported in the recent past, which means women in the city are standing up for themselves and saying enough is enough. Yet another case where a girl now wants to speak out and stands up for herself is Risleen from Tripura. Risleen, she's gone through a harassment of a different kind, a sexual harassment itself, but of a different kind. It was not rape, it was not molestation, but an act that is quite disgusting to watch. Someone performing a sexual act on themselves, taking pleasure out of one girl trying to help the man. What exactly happened in this area of HRBR, first block, 9th Main Road, one of the posh areas within this locality, around the time where around 4 p.m. when the area is bustling with activity, people walking around, yet one man, one psycho decided to do something quite disgusting, something that's quite prevalent, but Risleen seems to be someone who really wants to speak up. So Risleen, tell us what had happened in HRBR layout while you were walking to college.
Yep. I was coming from the service road and I stay near CMR Law College. Okay. So I was walking from the main road and I was going towards home. Mm-hmm. And then I saw one man standing here, sitting here on his bike.
Okay. Was the bike stationary? It was still? Or he was moving?
He wasn't moving. He was just sitting here.
Okay.
And then I crossed him. I walked till there. He came behind me. Okay. And then he said, "Excuse me, can you please tell me the way to CMR Law College?" Okay. I said, "Yeah, sure. It's you just have to go straight and then you will find a petrol bunk. Mm-hmm. Cross that and on the left hand side you will see the college." Okay. And then again he started with different questions.
So you said that and you gave him directions out of goodwill, yeah, and then he walked in front and then?
Yeah, again I started walking. He stopped me. He said, "Is it after the signal or is it on the right hand side of the signal or left? Do I have to take right, left? I mean, he was asking questions. So I just told him, no, you just have to go straight, nothing else. And then I noticed him and I found that he was masturbating. I really got nervous and I started walking fast. Then he was coming behind me. He followed me till the till the signal. Okay, and then I crossed.
I think that's the signal. He started right here at this road, and just about 100 meters distance, Rasleen feared for her life. In fact, she got really nervous looking at that man performing that kind of sexual act on himself, and she ran for good life. There you go. She went straight till the signal there, caught an auto, jumped into an auto with fear, and then what happened? Let's ask Rasleen. Then what happened? You got into an auto and then?
Yeah, I got into auto and I tried looking behind if that person was still following me, and I see that he was coming behind me. Okay. Then I thought I shouldn't take the auto towards my home, otherwise he will come to know my address and he might come and do anything. Right. So I took the auto near the college and I stopped where so many students were standing. It was near a bakery. And then I got down there and I spoke with those students. I told them this man was following me and all those. When I was talking to them and I looked back, I didn't find that man anymore. I mean, he ran off.
Rasleen, come here. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting to know that this guy how did he look? Can you describe his face to us? Was he innocent looking? Did he look like he belonged to a good family?
Yeah, he looks really innocent, and I mean, he looks rich.
Looks rich?
Yeah,
okay.
Though he was on bike.
Did you imagine?
No, I didn't even think that he would do something like that. It was horrible.
It was horrible, absolutely. I mean, imagine the girl out of goodwill wants to give directions, wants to help a man who pretends to be in distress, and then suddenly while the talk is happening, she suddenly realizes that something is wrong, something's fishy. She looks down and she notices the guy performing a sexual act on himself. How disgusting is that? I mean, this is not rape, this is not molestation, but it's a harassment of a whole different kind, which, by the way, is very persistent in the entire country, particularly in Bengaluru. A lot of women have come across these kind of psychopaths prevalent on the streets. If you did not fear, now thinking back that this happened, what could you have done? I would say if I were in your place, I could have probably just pushed the guy off his bike or taken a picture of him or howled and asked for help. Yeah. What do you think you could have done?
Even I thought the same thing. After reaching home only, I was getting so many ideas. I could have taken the bike number or just shouted. Public might have come and helped me. I was thinking so many things.
My God, Rasleen, thank you so much. At least finally you've come out and spoken out in the open. You've told us what happened. Have you filed a complaint? Because if you don't know, it is a punishable offense.
I thought of filing a complaint, but then again, I didn't have any proof. I didn't have the bike number or anything. If I go to police station, they would have asked me for the proof.
Yeah, more than anything, you can just give a description also of the person that you saw. Explain his clothes, how he looks, and what bike he... even if you didn't have the number, you can still file a complaint.
He was actually wearing a black jacket and a track pant. That's all I noticed, and black bike.
Rasleen, kudos to you that you've spoken up about this issue, because you're not the only one. She's not the only one who's facing something like this. Lots of people go through. I myself have seen, men acting in the most disgusting manner while, in pretending to ask for help, they do something like that. And what we need to know now is this is a punishable offense, and this is harassment of a different kind, but definitely sexual harassment. It is a punishable offense, and these kind of people must be taught a lesson. So the next time you're faced with a situation like that, like Rasleen's, you exactly know what to do. Don't leave them. With camera person Guru Charan, this is Nabila for News 9.